What is happening, everybody? Greg Ehrenberg here from Stochastic, and I'm about to do a so rare video, but kind of as an introduction to the MLB product they have. And I'm gonna draft a starter team right now. So when you guys make a so rare account, or maybe you already have one for NBA, you have the option for baseball. If you haven't played it yet, you're gonna be able to select all of the players to build out your team to start out this season. And I've been waiting to do this so I could do it while I record this video. I'm gonna put this on screen right now, and you guys will see the starting screen. Go Sorare MLB. You get to draft a team out here. Now, if you guys haven't signed up at Sorare, use the link we have below because it is totally free to sign up for Sorare. But if you do choose to start buying some players on the secondary market, for every 5 limited player cards, or I should say, for the first 5 limited player cards you purchase, you're going to get 6 1 totally for free when you sign up using our link. So go use our link when you sign up because that's a great offer. And there's no reason not to take advantage of that if you're going to be checking out Sorare for the first time. But let's go build out my baseball team here. So we get a salary cap. We're going to have a budget of 120 to use. So an average of 12 per position. As you guys could see here, we're going to be drafting 3 starting pitchers, a relief pitcher, a couple of corner infielders, a couple of middle infielders, and a couple of outfielders. So let's look through at our different options here when it comes to pitcher. Well, Garrett Cole's off to a really good start. So at least as of now, if I'm looking at all of these pitchers, and by the way, PP, this is going to be somebody who is a probable pitcher for the upcoming slate at some point. So of the options that I scrolled through, Garrett Cole stands out the most. But let's see if there's any cheap pitchers that really stand out as well. Luis Castillo, he's been excellent to start the year so far. Blake Snell has a lot of strikeout upside. Pretty big drop off. Or I have a massive bias towards Spencer Strider. Bet him to win Rookie of the Year last year. Also have bet him to win Cy Young this year. So I really like him at a cost of 15. Super high consideration for me, actually, also. Let's just do Strider for now. Also pretty cost effective, only 15. Let's keep scrolling down. I'm also going to pull up Fangraphs and see who are some of the top starting pitchers in terms of overall value so far. I'm going to do this on a separate screen, but I'll make sure I read you guys off some of the numbers I'm looking at. But I don't want it to be on this screen where it's going to conflict with what I have up on the screen. Hunter Green's another one pretty interesting. Only cost of 13. Another guy, massive fantasy upside for Hunter Green. Basically every pitch he throws is north of 100 miles per hour. Pablo Lopez, another pitcher off to a really good start. Definitely a drop off here. Giolito would have looked good at $11 a couple years ago. Not anymore. He sucks now. Giolito dropped off in a major way last year. And the other thing, too, that was kind of funny about, well, funny probably isn't the right way to describe it, but Giolito was one of the favorites to win the American League Cy Young last year. He was one of the worst pitchers in baseball and has also gotten off to a really slow start this year. So I'm not willing to go for the bounce back for him at a cost of 11. Freddie Peralta, not a bad bounce back candidate. Freddie Peralta, if I'm not mistaken, off to a really good start this year. Another guy who was injured at times last year, had a little bit of a down year for Freddie Peralta standards. All right, cost of 10. I don't mind him as a bounce back. I would have liked Jeffrey Springs if he didn't just get hurt. I'm not super high on Jose Barrios bouncing back. Oh, yeah. Now this is just the not the best pitchers in the world. Some upside, Mackenzie Gore. Domingo Germán's off to a pretty good start. Did you guys see the situation with Domingo Germán the other day where it looked like the umpires caught him with sticky substances on his hand and they made him go back to the dugout or go to the locker room and wash his hands and then come back? Freddie Peralta, by the way, is 3 starts this year. He has a 3.18 ERA, 3.56 expected ERA, 26% K rate. Brian Bayo, another young pitcher that I'm fairly high on going forward. Where should we go? Tough decisions. Tough decisions. I'm actually Dustin May at 5. Let's go with Dustin. Dustin May might have, this might seem like an over exaggeration, but I truly believe this. Dustin May is some of the best, just pure stuff of any pitcher in baseball. I think his potential is super high. He could be somebody who breaks out and becomes an ace type pitcher. Let's go with, let's go with Dustin May there. Oh, we need one more starting pitcher. One more. All right, I like what we have so far. Hunter Brown, another young pitcher that I'm really high on. Yeah, let's go with Hunter Brown. So Hunter Brown, his idol is Justin Verlander, and it's really apparent if you watch Hunter Brown pitch. His mechanics look really similar. But anyway, I think we found some good value there. Dustin May for 5. Then we've also got, yeah, we've got Spencer Strider for 15, who I give a pretty good chance to win Cy Young. If I'm not mistaken, he's actually the betting favorite to win Cy Young right now. In addition to Hunter Brown, I think we're looking pretty good there. Do I really want to spend that much on relief pitchers? What is, all right. Let's look up some relief pitcher stats so far this year. As my phone goes off, don't ruin my stuff, telemarketers. We're in the middle of doing a very important video here. Don't call me. Not interested in your nonsense. Let's see. Who should we go with? Like, do we want to prioritize? I almost just want to kind of punt any kind of relief pitchers. Just there's so much fluctuation with relief pitchers. There's also so much change from year to year. Let's look at some of the pricing though. Is there anything that stands out? Josh Hader, pretty big bounce back for him after what was a really weird season for him last year. So we had Josh Hader got off to a really good start and then just was legitimately one of the worst pitchers in baseball over the midpoint of the year. But then he had a pretty big bounce back in the later stages of the year. Once again, I don't want to pay 18. Let's go all the way down. Just see what's really cheap and available relief pitcher. I might just punt this entirely. Keep going all the way down. See random names that I recognize, but who do I want to prioritize for relief pitcher? Do we want to go with a young prospect who has good stuff? There's also a lot of options here. Keep scrolling down. Do I want to go with somebody who has save potential moving forward? What would you guys do in this spot? I don't want to spend that much. I definitely don't want to take Connor Seabald pitching for the Rockies. That would end up being a disaster. I wonder, like, what are. All right. I hope this doesn't make people dizzy, but I'm going to stop. Like, what is somebody like Clase? Like Emmanuel Clase. Where is he priced? 17. What about like Devin Williams? Devin Williams also 17. All right, let's just punt with somebody. I'm just going to take a random reliever and punt towards the bottom. What has Gregory Santos done so far this year? Is he somebody that I want to take a chance on? Am I putting too much thought into this? Should I just pick somebody and just live with whatever it is? I feel like I'm going to go with Santos. He's already made a bunch of appearances this year. He's super cheap. Let's go for it. All right, corner infielders. So if we look at some of the corner infielders, we've got, by the way, average salary of 15. We went fairly cheap at pitching there. Corner infielders, Jose Abreu at 16 kind of stands out a little bit. I think he has potential to have a pretty big year in terms of counting stats now that he's with the Astros. Matt Chapman, he got hurt the other day. I do wonder Max Muncy, if Muncy has a bounce back year. Not that he was bad last year, but it was definitely not quite what we had expected in previous years from Max Muncy. Josh Jung, Hunter Dozier, Nelson Cruz. These cards for Sorare do have multi-year eligibility. Not sure you want to build around Nelson Cruz. All right, let's go up a little bit. I think prospects also something we should consider. So Ke'Bryan Hayes was what, the top 5 or so prospect a couple years ago. Let's go with Ke'Bryan Hayes as a value. And I think that's what I want to look at for some of these cheap guys, like I did with Dustin May, for instance. Just find players that are on the cheaper end, but have a lot of potential upside. And I do think that's something that Ke'Bryan Hayes fits. So does Vinny Pasquantino, by the way. We could take a stud here as well, though. Matt Olson is only 17. Yeah, let's go with Matt Olson. Really high on the Braves this year. The Braves have the best odds to win the World Series of any team in Fangraphs by a pretty wide margin. They have a nearly 20% chance to win. Oh my God, Semien at 20? Why would you pay for Semien at 20 to get Lindor or Trey Turner at 20? All right, middle infielder. So it appears catchers are being counted as middle infielders as well. All right, no way I'm not taking Wander Franco at 17. Franco looks like the real deal. He's been absurdly good so far, as have the Rays. He was the top prospect in baseball last year, and there is nothing that we have seen that should change our mind, other than there is some injury concern with Wander Franco. But, I mean, he's been so good. Let's lock him in there. Jeremy Pena, that's pretty appealing to me at 15. Yeah, let's go with Pena. If it wasn't for Julio Rodriguez, Pena would have won the American League Rookie of the Year last year. In most years, Pena wins Rookie of the Year last year. All right, only 14 and a half average salary remaining. We're going Corbin Carroll. Corbin Carroll looks like an absolute monster for fantasy purposes. He's already got, let me pull this up. How many home runs and steals does he have? He's got like 5 of each or something like that in the first couple weeks of the season. What is it? 4 homers and 6 stolen bases in 16 games for Corbin Carroll. I know this isn't the best way to do it, but I mean, over the course of 162 games, we're looking at a guy 40 homers and 60 stolen bases. Yes, please. Corbin Carroll, 14. So we've got 15 for our final spot. Who are some of the 15s? McCutchen, Verdugo, no. Brian Reynolds, strong consideration. Charlie Blackmon a couple years ago, that would have been an easy decision, but Charlie Blackmon's old as shit now. Who are some of the other prospects that stand out around here? Seiya Suzuki's hurt right now, or else I would be considering him. Cody Bellinger, not quite. Benintendi. Let's go with, what are Mitchell? How's Mitchell started the year? All right, so Garrett Mitchell, another young player, fairly well-regarded prospect. Garrett Mitchell, only 24 years old. Let's see. He so far this year, 130 WRC plus after 136 WRC plus last year. Yeah, let's go with Garrett Mitchell. Submit. All right. Team drafted. There we go. So if you guys want to do this, it's pretty fun going through drafting your team like I did right here. I did it fairly half-baked, but thought it was a fun way to do some content and just look at how some of the pricing is on Sorare and some of the players you might want to build around. If you guys want to check out Sorare, sign up using the link we have below. Totally free. There is no cost at all for signing up to Sorare. And if you do choose to buy some of the player cards, like some of the players I just had up on the screen, you purchase 5 limited player cards, you're getting a 6-1 totally for free when you sign up using our Sorare link. That does it for me. If you guys haven't done it yet, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I hope you have a great week.